Now, before I carry on with this video, I've got a new announcement to make. Is it a new brand deal? Is it a new mascot? Is it a new, I don't know what other scenario? But no.
That's not how you do it. You get here we goes. Fabrizio Romano.
Here we go.
Confirmation. Right, here we go. We got a brand new signing on board.
Brand new loan signing. Here we go. Announcement, a loan signing. We have got in the studio with us today, Villa on tour.
Hey, come on!
Cheers, boys. Cheers,
Come
boys.
on.
I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing to be here, lads. Thanks for having me. Cheeky little loan deal. Can't complain.
Expecting plenty of goals and assists,
George,
alright?
we've now got the second biggest club, and it's Aston Villa. You know, Tottenham can now go back to third.
Oh! Mate, we did the double over Arsenal this season.
Oh, shut up!
So,
He's going in!
He was born to join the Offsiders. He was born for this.
Alright, fair enough.
Alex, what is the like target?
Look, we're going big. Max is here. 500 likes.
Rightio lads, in today's video we will discuss 20 players that we love from each Premier League team. Of course, one by one we'll be given teams selected by, and I'm not happy with the teams I've been given, but we'll get into that in a second. But right, we're going to start off straight away, alphabetical order, and the first team is my mighty Arsenal. Who is taking this?
It's Arsenal. It's me. It's me.
Boys,
I've gone for Saka.
Oh, okay. yeah. Listen,
I'll back that. I'll back that.
And the reason is he's young. He's a young player. He's contributed 7 goals in his.
Are you fraud? Don't say it. Listen.
We started already.
Let me remind you right now. What was the score this weekend? What was the score line? Please remind me.
What was the score
Please
last
remind
time?
me.
It doesn't mean
Now,
that
what about this?
Here we
Talk to me about it now.
What does the
Talk
league
to me
table
about
say?
the presents.
He couldn't even finish that game, bro.
Yeah, and we still beat these lads. We still beat these.
Right, look. Shut up about your tourist derby. Let me finish what I was saying. So
Says the farmer.
Can't finish it.
Nah, look, I've gone for Saka. He's young. He's scoring goals for Arsenal for fun. And, I just think, at his age, it's incredible. So I've gone for Saka.
We're going to Aston Villa. Villa on tour's
Aston
team.
Villa.
Max's team.
Oh,
Who's taking
come
his
on.
Fusion?
Yeah.
Fusion, go for it.
I'm going to take this one over. Now, I'm not sure if Max will agree with me. I'm not sure if anyone will agree with me. But I'm going to go with the powerhouse in midfield, and that is John McGinn. Max, do you agree or not?
I mean, I wouldn't
He's
say
not
he's the
gonna
player I
agree.
love. No, obviously we all know the main name that's going to come to mind is Jack Grealish. I don't think John McGinn's a bad shout. I'd go with that.
It's time to move on to Seagulls, the beach rank again.
Yeah.
Look, the thing is, right,
Who do you
last
love?
time it was a player I hated. I still hate you, Mope. But hey, there's a player who I love, who I want at my club. We're talking Tariq Lamptey. So listen,
Yeah.
Lamps, if you want to come to it, bro.
we nab him first.
Look, he's a
injured,
baller. He is a bit short, but he's a baller, and height doesn't matter.
He's
football.
rapid as
Doesn't
well.
matter, mate.
He's
Doesn't matter, I'll
rapid.
tell you
He's a
that for
complete right back, and that's why I want him at Arsenal. So also fun fact, I've told Joshua this before. Me and Lamptey are born in the same hospital. So listen, it's meant to be.
Well, there you go.
Join the ting.
It's meant
Join the
to be, it's meant
revolution.
to be.
Burnley.
Oh my
That's
god.
my cue. Of course, I'm the one that gets given 11-man centre-back FC, Brexit FC. The famous in-betweeners quote,
Yeah, we get
all
it.
know the quote.
You get it.
But if I had to really nitpick and choose, because there's not really a lot of players I admire, I am going to go for the man who should be in the Vatican, but instead is in Turf Moor. It's Nick Pope. I actually am really impressed.
Took me a while.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I rate that,
I think
I
of
rate
things
that.
on the spot, to be fair.
That was good.
But I like him. I'm impressed with him. From starting off as a milkman to then playing professional
To be fair,
football as a keeper. to then
England's
becoming
number one.
England's keeper. And
England's
future
number one.
England's number one. If
Future Spurs goalkeeper as well next season.
That's the thing, though. I do still like Hugo Lloris, so I'm a little bit mixed about that with, between Pope and Lloris. But
In a year's
I can
time,
still,
in a year's time,
I can still admire Pope of how good of a goalkeeper he is. I mean, when we played him, he was saving Son's shots that should have really gone in. And you know what? He is a standout keeper, especially in a team like Burnley that gets disrespected a lot.
Moving on, we got the scummiest team in London. Yet I've been given for whatever reason. Chelsea. Why have I get Chelsea? What are you This is sabotage, right?
Content, mate. It's content.
Blaspheme.
Chelsea, there's 2 options for me. One obviously is Kante because he's just a noble person. Secondly, Mason Mount. I think he's a baller. But you know what? Kante's the obvious one. I'm gonna go for Mason Mount because I just think he's a baller. And you can't. Some players you just can't hate on. We'll move from Chelsea to the better team out of the Brighton Palace rivalry. We're going for Crystal Palace.
That's me swooping in with my.
What was that?
I'm not gonna go for the obvious Zaha. And actually, I know a couple of people actually hate him in this group here right now. I think it's a bit obvious though. I'm actually gonna go kind of away from it. I'm gonna go Van Aanholt. Purely because
What?
Van
I'm
Aanholt.
not talking about footballing
I know
ability.
why.
Oh, Twitter.
I'm not talking about football. I like the fact that he actually responds to everything on Twitter, and he's actually a bit of a joke man as well.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna go for him because he responds to the haters, kind of shuts them up most of the time, and then also he's got a lot of banter. So that's why I'll go for him as kind of a little bit of a different one, in my opinion.
Just very quickly, you need to talk about when he responded to Katie Hopkins. That was legendary.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes. He's in my ratings book forever for that.
All right, Tio, Samuel, you're speaking, so it's time to you to decide the Everton one. Which player do you like?
Everton. I'll tell you what. I mean, it's probably obvious, but Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm a big fan of. I mean,
Wasn't he in our
especially his
hated video
background
as
of
well,
play.
though? He was in our
Yeah,
hated
he
video.
was.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Alex.
Alex.
I didn't say
Oh
that.
dear.
No, it was Alex.
Oh,
Alex. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but Dominic Calvert, he kind of reminds me of like how Harry Kane started off basically when he first
Very
started coming
similar.
into the scene. Brilliant finisher. And, you know, the guy comes across as very sound in interviews as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Harry Kane and Calvert-Lewin are very similar. They both got no trophies in the bank. But we'll move. We'll move
just
move on
shut up,
to...
you-
I can do it this week.
You
This is
caught
my
one
week,
there. He's
Samuel.
caught
You're
one.
here for a reason. Listen, respect.
Enjoy it, whatever.
It was a joke, Fulham.
It's alright.
Max.
They moved from 10th to 10th. It's fine.
Oh, shut up.
Fulham,
They can celebrate.
Fulham. I've gone with Lookman, former Everton player. I just think he's an absolute baller. I remember watching them Fulham beat Liverpool at Anfield, and he just absolutely ran the show. He's someone that I want at Villa as well next season. He's just on bar the penalty at West Ham, which we all know
Oh,
about.
yeah,
The bloke's a baller, absolute baller.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the ambitions though. Look, they're looking at.
I think this is perfect. Who scripted this
that
video?
kind of level.
Leeds United, and there's only one guy we're gonna go for. Everyone, silence.
Come on,
Alex,
then.
your time to shine. Take it away, my friend.
Oh.
All of them. I love them all because I'm a
Hey!
secret Leeds fan. Secret Leeds fan. Ah!
Okay.
I've gone for Calvin Phillips. He's been there since
Calvin-
2010. He's Leeds
2010, that's
born.
very precise. Only
He's
Leeds
Leeds.
fans know that.
Oh. No, look. He's Leeds born and bred.
Yeah.
He bleeds yellow, and I hate yellow. But look, I respect Calvin Phillips. I think I'd go with him.
Alright, fair. We get it.
Okay.
Right, Max, we're
Fair
going back
enough.
to you. We're going to Leicester City. Well, this is weird, but hey, go for it, bro.
Leicester. I'm going to go 50-50. He's like Marmite. Some people like him, some people don't. I'm going to go Jamie Vardy purely because he's a
Vardy.
massive wind-up merchant. He did it. There's a few players to choose from, but he's just a massive house. He loves winding people up. He's
Yeah.
wound up Villa fans before, but you just got to applaud him. If he was on my team, I'd love him even more, but I just think he's an absolute house.
Vardy it is. We're going to move to Liverpool, and I'm going to take over here. There's a few ballers in this team, but obviously I can see that Sam doesn't like Liverpool. But I'm going to say, I know Mo Salah was the most hated, but I'm going to go Sadio Mane. Why not? Listen,
Yeah,
I've seen
he's a
also Mane.
baller.
Mane's
Yeah.
I've seen that. Obviously, he's a Muslim, so he goes to a local mosque with like normal people. He doesn't, act prestige, and he's a very humble person, and so and so. So I think,
Comes across extremely
exactly.
humble.
Sadio Mane for me. I'm taking him, man. All right, cool. Man City Fusion, take it away.
City.
Honestly, with Man City, I think I could choose any player in this team. But I think the obvious one, and the one I am going to go with, is Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
I think there's
Yeah.
Let me talk.
No,
Let me
yeah.
talk.
Okay.
Nah, I was just saying that. You can carry on.
Go. I can talk now.
Let me
Nah,
talk.
he's a baller. The eye this guy has for a vision and a pass, he's absolutely fantastic. For an aspiring footballer like me, I think he's one which I aspire to as a playmaker.
Josh,
So
you're
Kevin De
not like
Bruyne
Kevin
for
De
me,
Bruyne.
best player
Josh,
in
I'm
the
sorry
Premier
to break it to you. You are
You
nothing
now
like
set
Kevin
the
De Bruyne.
standards.
You are a
so
centre
high
back.
for the
Oh,
first
no,
offside.
no,
Look
I'll
up
tell
to
you,
Gary
give it 2
Cahill.
years,
Not
lads.
not Kevin De Bruyne.
Look,
bro.
listen.
Alright, fair.
Lewis Dunk's your hero,
Yeah,
mate.
Lewis
Just
Dunk,
keep it at that.
No, Kevin De
Kevin De
Bruyne.
Bruyne.
I'm gonna be like 2 years. I'm like him.
Alright, fair.
Oh.
Is what it is.
That's great.
Right, we'll move on to the other team in Manchester, and that is Manchester United. This will go for Chipek.
Yep. A lot of people would probably be thinking I'd go for Marcus Rashford, and to be fair, I should, because not only is he a great player, but he's been so charitable. Don't want to go into politics of
Yeah.
it, fair play to him for the school dinners and that, but I think that the one who should also have a mention, just for the sake of being different, which might come to a surprise with some of you, is Scott McTominay.
Yes, I agree with you
I
there.
really rate his passion.
Explain.
No. I'm explaining. Firstly, I rate his passion a lot. For someone, who doesn't get that much first team football, but does come off the bench a lot to see out the game. From the start of the season, I thought, that's a good trait to have. Secondly, as well, a lot of England fans tend to hate Scotland. I don't particularly care too much about Scotland, but I can respect that Scotland are slightly doing bits to qualify, and Scott McTominay was a big part of that. So
John
I
McGinn.
think for me,
John
you know, a
McGinn.
young player showing a lot of passion. I think that's my chosen Man United player.
Fair enough.
I respect that.
Fairs,
Yeah,
fairs.
that's a fair
We move on to the Geordie lands. We're
Newcastle.
going to Newcastle and we're going for George.
Up the tune.
George the Geordie.
Alright.
Let's go.
Newcastle.
Come on.
It's got to be Gucci Man himself.
Gucci Man.
And St. Maximin's one. And St. Maximin's one of my favourite players in the league, with the not on technical ability. I just think he's a joker.
Yeah, he's a joker.
And actually, to be fair, I do think he's extremely underrated anyway. I do actually think he's a good
He's
footballer.
always in
He's
it.
awful.
He's injured. He's injured.
Ooh.
Nah, he's not.
He
He's
can't
not
dribble.
awful. He's not awful. He's
can't-
just injured.
Yeah, no, he's overrated.
He is
Are you?
overrated.
Are you?
Yeah.
Listen.
He
listen.
can't dribble.
He can't
Talk to the
dribble.
Gucci headband. Talk to the
He
Gucci
dribbles
headband.
out of play.
He
He
said
Talk to
dribbles
the
out of
Gucci
play.
headband. That's what I'm saying.
No.
He'd be dripping in the sauce.
Yeah,
so
he'd be
that's
dripping in the
what
sauce,
I'm
that's what
going for him.
Nah.
We're going to Sheffield United and we're going for Alex Griffin.
Right, as Baz would say, the prime Thierry Henry.
What?
David McGoldrick.
What?
David McGoldrick.
what?
He's the goat.
For
He is.
what?
No,
He's
he's the goat.
underrated. He's
He
underrated.
exactly.
He
He's
only scores
underrated.
against Arsenal, so
He
why?
obviously
And Villa.
Yeah, and that's their only goal this season as well. So
the reason is because he served my club Ipswich for 5
Really?
years. It was
Oh, I didn't know
unreal.
that. I don't care.
I
I'm
loved
gonna
him.
get
I never
this.
knew he
yeah,
played for
no,
No
Leeds.
one knew that, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
he loved the
No, I
fans.
did.
He loved the.
Yes.
He loved the Ipswich fans. And he's now doing bits at Sheffield United. Well, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Bits.
Bits.
Well, I say bits. Sheffield.
Yeah,
No,
just
no,
saying
No,
that
manager's
manager's
gone.
20
No, look.
And they'll be in.
position
Yeah, go
club,
on.
then yeah.
mate. He's doing good. He's
To be
doing
fair, in
he's decent.
comparison to Ipswich, it is doing bits. So that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Which is
yeah,
anyone
decent.
really?
Where they're going, they're going to be linked to
Right, shut up. Next team, come on.
We'll move back to Southampton. We're going to Max for this.
Yeah, there wasn't too many to be fair. I was thinking Danny Ings because he's a top striker, but I've gone with James Ward-Prowse purely for those set
Oh
pieces.
my
He
word.
scored 2 at Villa Park earlier on in the season, but honestly, his technique is just brilliant to watch. So yeah, no doubt about it.
I
James.
think he's the best
he-
free
he-
kick taker in
oi.
the country.
Ward Prowse.
He was in the
Yeah.
hate video as well.
Yeah, exactly. He was in the haters. Yeah.
Was he?
That was you, Alex. You said he's a Pompey fan.
Oh
so
no,
that
it's
makes-
me again.
Oh, that's true.
Right, we're going over to
Press for England.
the team that isn't the colour of North London, Nando's FC.
Oh,
We're back again. Let's talk
Spurs.
Tottenham Hotspur, and we're going for Alex Griffin. Go on, Alex.
It's me again. I want to know what Sam and George think of this. I've gone for Gareth Bale.
Gary the golfer.
And the reason is-
He's being serious. Gary the golfer.
No.
Hey, he's got
There's
the best goals
reasons.
to minutes this season. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
What he said.
When he was at Spurs prior to being at Real Madrid, he was a player I always used to look up to because I was like in my early teens then.
Yeah.
He's an inspiration to a lot of people, and I think he'd probably be my favourite to be fair. Love a bit of golf
Alex,
as well.
can I ask you a question?
Good shout.
What's your favourite trophy that Gareth
gosh.
Bale has won at Tottenham?
Oh,
We must have won some sort of Asia
Can't even
trophy
say
wave.
Carling
has he
Cup.
has he
I think
has
he
he
was
has he
with us.
actually?
Yeah,
He was.
Carling
Yeah,
Cup.
he must have been in the Carling Cup.
Yeah, there's your answer.
Yeah, okay, so
Carling
listen,
Cup.
I can say the Arsenal Invincibles when you say the Carling Cup. Like, so you're serious, the Carling Cup.
Yeah, but listen. I'm talking about the
Oh,
future.
right.
Alright,
future.
cool.
Stay
Get it.
10th.
Well, we'll still beat you though. West
Oh,
Brom.
brilliant.
And we're going to Samuel.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Who?
West Brom.
I know why you chose me as well for West Brom. I mean, come on, we got a Villa fan there. Surely just concentrate on him. He's the one that hates West Brom.
I don't actually hate. I don't really care. I don't really care. It's Blues I
They're
care
that
about.
shit.
Seriously.
Alright, so
They're that bad.
So
be
the one
fair.
I've gone for is, well, I've actually gone for another keeper, really. I've gone for Sam Johnson because, well, actually, he played for Villa, didn't he, at one point?
Yeah, season and a half on loan. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, West Brom get a lot of disrespect. You know, we disrespected them a lot and got hate for it. Maybe rightfully, I don't know. But I'm impressed with their goalkeeper. I remember when we played against them, actually, well, that 1-0 win. He was pulling some great saves. And that's...
To be fair, every keeper does against us.
Fair enough.
yeah, that is
So
true.
I know how that feels.
Nah, but I've seen this guy perform before in a Villa shirt because like my housemate's a Villa fan at the time, and that guy was performing some good shot stopping. He's a good shot stopper, to be fair. So I'm going for that, but I'm just going to say now I'm not too knowledgeable on West Brom, so don't hold me into
Okay.
account. for
Other
that.
West team, West Ham United. Fusion. Go on.
Boo.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go with one of our new boys, and that's Souček. Now I'm gonna say him only
Yeah.
for one factor.
Yeah.
One factor, and that's being not only is he a powerhouse in midfield like John McGinn, like I've mentioned earlier, but he's just been raking me the FPL points this season. So I'd like to
True,
thank Souček
true.
for getting me them
Yeah.
points. He's a top midfielder and a great signing for West Ham this season.
Yes. Can't disagree. Right,
Right.
final team, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and we're going for George.
Yes, I'm going to finish off with the 5'5". I don't know if that's his height, but the absolute unit, the bulldozer,
You got
Adama
5 for
Traore.
5.
I can't
Awful
pick
player.
anyone else.
Yeah.
He's
Awful
short.
player.
He's short.
Overrated.
I'm pretty sure he's shorter than he is.
dreadful.
massive. I don't care, bro. He's an absolute unit. You are not going up against this guy.
You know,
Puts
goals
on
on
his
his
on his
eye.
eye.
He's 5 for 5.
He's quite short. I don't think he's 5. He's not 5
Tim
and 5.
Prudence is
Hang
But
on,
he's
I
like
need to
short.
Google this because I'm
He's
sure
short.
that's shorter than me.
He's not.
His
he's not 5
muscles
for
make him look a lot
He'd
taller
still
than he
battle
is.
No
over
goals
us.
or
I
assists.
don't care how
short.
short he is. He'll
He's
still
no
battle
goals or
over us.
assists.
Like, so
Of course he would. He's George. He's 5'10". He's your
he's 5
height.
for 10, bro.
I'm 5'10 and a half, 11. Relax.
Alright, cool. He's going for Adama Traore, and
No, he's a powerhouse though. I can't not hate
he's
him.
still
He's
crap.
just too strong.
I would have chosen
Did you
him.
know as well? He has baby oil on his
yeah, I
biceps.
can see.
so
Yeah,
players
Yes.
can't grip him.
Yeah.
Mate, I reckon I'd have him in the
Oh,
nine.
shut up, Alex. You were.
Alex, you might be a big unit, yeah, but think
Nah,
about this:
no.
if you get into a fight with a footballer and they kick you, you're going to be in hospital.
Alright.
But there you go, guys. That is all 20 Premier League teams and the players that we love from each team. And yeah, so if you have enjoyed,
Do
yeah,
you
there go.
agree?
If
Is the
you
question.
disagree, if you agree, get in the comments. I'm sure there's some controversial players, so let's know your thoughts down below. Obviously, smash the like on the video. What was the target, Alex? What was the target?
500.
I know,
We're going for it.
likes.
500.
We're going for it. Yeah.
And subscribe as well if you're new.
do
Turn
it.
on the post notifications. Big up, Max. Welcome to the team, my guy.
In fact, in the
Yes,
comments,
Max.
get it in the
Cheers,
comments.
Max. Video.
Hashtag
Come on.
welcome VOT.
There you
There you
go,
go.
there you
Yes.
go.
Hashtag it.
Get
Hashtag
that
it in the
But,
comments.
yeah, without any further ado, we will see you later in a bit.